Hey guys, Sean again, Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Got another episode of Lifted and Leveled. This one's gonna be freaking sweet. We've been actually waiting to get a couple of these builds going, waiting on parts to come in. These guys actually came in within like a day, but this time we got a 2011 Ford Super Duty F-250 Power Stroker.
Rollin' through the wood and it flexed out. Rims so big and the windows black. Got the knob all lit up, double chromed out stacks. Yeah, we love to get them dirty, but still they so clean. Custom offsets, team chances, the team. We on top of it now, we ain't never gon' fade. So you better get ready for taking over the game.
This one's gonna get a 4-inch coilover system from BDS. So it's gonna have the Fox coilovers with the external reservoirs. It's gonna basically replace all of the shocks throughout the entire truck. It's going to have some different other stuff. It's got dual steering stabilizers. It's gonna have a complete leaf pack replacement. He went with the full option because he's doing a lot of towing with his camper and whatnot. So a lot of people are asking, why would you spend over $4,000 for a system like this, which is the full coilover system, versus you can get a 4.5-inch, and this is a 4-inch system by the time we're done. 4.5-inch Rough Country, or I believe Fab Tech, they're all right around $1,000 if not less. The biggest difference is that is gonna basically come in here. It's gonna completely replace this spring coil. So this is gonna come out of here, and then it's gonna have that coilover system in there. And what we'll do once we get this build completely done, we'll go for a ride along and just show you the difference in the ride, because the whole concept is it should be taking and just completely enhancing that front suspension to really take some of the bumps out of the road and take this big heavy truck and have it just glide down the road like a Cadillac. So we'll take that ride. I've not been in one of these with the straight axles running a coilover system, so even myself, I'm interested to see if that $3,000 gap is filled with the ride quality, but we're told it definitely is. So looking forward to it. You guys will be able to watch as we do this install, and then we'll come back with you, go for a ride, and kind of talk through some of the components. Hot pockets.
All right, so the next thing we're doing here is we got to remove the factory lower coil spring bucket here because of the coilovers that we're going to be using here. These coilovers are going to be taking the place of where the factory coil spring was, and because it's like a shock and they have these eyelet holes on the ends that comes with these new brackets basically, where it'll sit in there like that. And this will replace the factory lower coil bucket, so we have to remove those. Okay, so after we remove the lower coil bucket, we have to do something about the top one here, because factory they come with this alignment cup here, or whatever you want to call it, where the spring isolator sits around that. And you have to cut this completely off, flush with the top of this bucket here, so that you can then bolt this bracket into place. And it's similar to how the bottom one's going to work, where the coilover eyelet is going to sit in here, as you can see. It's kind of like how a shock sits, and that's going to go up there. That's actually going to go this way and sit up in there. So we got to cut that cup off here with a Sawzall and do a lot of grinding and make a lot of noise and get dirty. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we gotta cut the other side now. Let's go.
Do you wish you had longer blades?
Yes. Oh, this is a good song. All right, cutting the other side. talked about before is these upper coilover brackets, which are going to go right where we cut those spring cups off of. And you got to bring them in here. You're going to have to set them and then mark these holes. We'll have to mark the holes and drill them out to 15-30 seconds. This kit has the dual steering stabilizer set up, it's optional. And I did that next, which would be this piece here, and there's these U-bolts that bolt around the axle. And you gotta bolt this on and then bolt it to the front diff cover. And then I just set these up here, which is where each one of the actual stabilizers is gonna go. And I'm gonna probably do that last because you gotta mess with how you set them to get the right length so that they don't overextend and whatnot. So I'm probably gonna do that last, but I just have these set here in place. And then we went ahead and we had to remove the track bar here, which would bolt up to that factory bracket up here because the kit is gonna come with a drop bracket that we'll install later. So I went ahead and removed that. And then we had to remove the drag link from the pitman arm because we got to install our drop pitman arm, and that's going to be the next step, is removing the pitman arm, and that thing's going to be a bitch because they all are and they suck, and I'll probably end up having to cut it off, but I'll try and pull it off. Peace. then the next thing we got to do is we're pretty much done with the front. We'll just have to do our sway bar drop. There's some brackets, I'll show you. Kit comes with these drop brackets for the sway bar, just to bring the sway bar down lower and give you a better angle on your sway bar for the lift height. So we got to drop that, and then basically it's just a matter of hooking the sway bar back up and hooking our drag link back up to our pitman arm and hooking up random lines and all that good stuff, and then the front should pretty much be done. Oh, I also wanted to note that you guys may have saw me take the sway bar down earlier, and that was just so I could get in here to the pitman arm when I was trying to cut it. I had to drop this down, but I bolted it back up, even though I got to take it back down again, but that was why I did that. So the front's pretty much almost done here, and then we'll move to the back. Peace. All right, guys and girls, so we're pretty much done with this lift here. The last thing I talked about was finishing up the front, and then you saw me go to the back. The rear is always the easiest. It's pretty straightforward. On this one, the customer decided to buy the optional leaf spring packs, so there's no block in the back anymore, and that's pretty much just a remove and replace. Take out the old spring and the block and put in the new spring, and then followed by the shocks. That's pretty straightforward as well. You take the old shocks off, new ones go in the place of that. The last thing that we have to do here is lower the truck onto the ground, all the weights on the suspension now, and then I just got to go ahead and tighten up all the couple of suspension bolts that I left loose, like the rear spring hanger bolts. Those are still loose, and then the radius arm bolts are loose up front here, and I just got to tighten everything down, and then it should be good to go. Peace.
So what you guys just saw is Brad just finished up installing this BDS system. So remember, that's a 4-inch BDS coilover system that's got the Fox shocks front and rear. And then what we're running is that 20x12 SC20 Scorpion off-road wheel, and then the 35-13.5 Ridge Grapplers. So you saw he did a little bit of trimming in the front. He had to remove some brackets and some metal, and then he did a little bit of smash and grab back here to make room, because it did rub a little bit, probably because of that 13.5. I think if it was a 12.5, it probably wouldn't have got into the back here, but that little bit of extra is probably what's rubbing. So Now we'll take this for a ride with the owner, see what he thinks of the ride compared to when it was stock, so we can kind of compare that stock ride to this new BDS coilover system. So let's go.
I feel like we're so high in the air.
She's tall. This is your first time? First timer?
First lifted truck. Ever.
This is your first lifted truck?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's always been leveling kits.
That's super awesome. This ain't no leveling kit.
No.
Why don't you head out here? Go through that ditch. So how did it ride stock?
Really good. It was nice and smooth.
Was it?
Yeah. For a
Like-
solid axle.
Yeah, like Cadillac smooth or like dump truck smooth?
Well, not dump truck, but not Cadillac.
Okay.
Sure.
Now I'm surprised you went with, what convinced you coilover system versus just going with the standard system and then Fox shocks? Did they make one for this that wasn't the coilover?
Yeah, they do, but I don't know. I got such a good deal when I bought the truck. I wanted to build it the way I wanted to build it.
Yep.
You know, I figured I'd do it once. Like I said, I wanted it to ride smooth, you know, with going camping, and whenever we go away, we always take the truck. You know, this is our nice vehicle.
Yep.
So I didn't want to be riding a lumber wagon. I'm really glad I went with the dual steering stabilizer too. I think that helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really didn't spare any expense on the lift kit. I think the only options I didn't choose were the shock boots and the brake lines.
Yeah, she scoots. She scoots. Did we do a wheelie? I felt like we might have done a wheelie.
I think we did a wheelie.
So as you guys saw, we took Justin's Super Duty, we put it 4 inches up in the air on a complete coilover system from BDS with Fox shocks front and rear, new leaf pack in the back, and his reaction says it all. Basically, he feels it rides better than before it was lifted, which you don't hear that too often with a lifted truck. So we're pretty pumped about it. Remember to subscribe, remember to watch us, remember to like us, share with your friends. We appreciate it. Peace.